Welcome back to La Fronterita, you hungry animals. In today's episode, we're going to be attempting pulled pork, but only achieving the juiciest pork shoulder we've ever had. Alright, let's begin by making the rub. We're going to use 4 tablespoons of salt, 4 tablespoons of pepper, 1 tablespoon of onion powder, and 1 tablespoon of garlic powder. Let's go ahead and rub some of the moisture off of the pork shoulder with the napkin. Rub some olive oil into your pork shoulder. This is going to be an adhesive for your rub. This is a thick piece of meat, so don't be afraid to put plenty of rub on there. Before placing your pork shoulder into the smoker, place an aluminum pan filled with water at the bottom of your smoker. This is going to prevent the pork from drying out. It's going to keep it juicy. And please don't forget to put it fat side up. Grab some snacks and turn on your favorite novela, because this puppy's going to take about 8 hours to cook. We're going to rotate the pork every 90 minutes just to get an even cook. And we're also going to be spraying them with equal parts apple cider vinegar and apple juice. The plan is to make pulled pork sandwiches, so we're going to need a tasty and spicy barbecue sauce. Chop up half an onion. Doesn't have to be pretty. We're going to be blending it anyway. For some heat, we're going to be using this medley of mystery super hots.
Hijo de su madre.
In a pan primed with olive oil, throw in your onions and cook that for about 2 minutes. Add 3 cloves of chopped garlic and cook for another minute. Squeeze in about 3/4 cups of low sugar ketchup. Pour in 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar. Squeeze in a tablespoon of mustard. Season with salt and pepper, about 1 tablespoon each. 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. And last but not least, a medley of chilies. Let this simmer on low heat for about 15 minutes before busting out the hand blender. Of course, if you don't have one of these, just throw it in a normal blender. After about 6 hours, you should start to see the pork shoulder fat splitting. At this point, we want to wrap them in foil. It's like they always say, once your fat starts cracking, get a wrapping. Y'all hungry yet? Look at that. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Alright, all jokes aside, tightly wrap the pork shoulder with 2 layers of aluminum foil. Throw these beauties back into the smoker and smoke it for another 2 hours. With great pulled pork power comes great responsibility, and it would be irresponsible not to include coleslaw in this dish.
Huevo, cabrón.
Thinly slice some cabbage or put it through the grater, whichever is easiest for you. Grate 2 carrots. Now onto the coleslaw dressing. In a bowl, add 1 cup of mayonnaise, 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar. Season with salt and pepper. Add 3/4 cups of pineapple juice. Stir and pour into the mixture of cabbage and carrots. Mix together, cover it with cellophane, and throw it in the fridge for at least an hour. For our last condiment, we're going to be making some pickled onions. Thinly slice a whole red onion. Submerge them in white vinegar and half a lime. After 2 hours, we took these puppies out to check if the bone was separated from the meat. Since the bone was separated from the meat, we wrapped them back up in the foil and let them rest for about 45 minutes. To be honest, we could have let the pork in for at least another hour. The meat wasn't really falling apart like it was supposed to, but the meat was still really tender and really juicy. We actually forgot to hit record while we were cutting up the meat and making these sandwiches. Toast up some Hawaiian rolls, place a decent portion of meat on the bread, drizzle some of that spicy barbecue sauce, and gently place some pickled onions over that. Close the sandwich and top it off with a pulled pork classic, a pickle. And then we have the pulled pork sliders, and if those just aren't cutting it for you, make yourself one of these big boys. Same process, folks. Bun, meat, barbecue sauce, pickled onion, and cloves. Thank y'all so much for watching. Please like and subscribe and comment down below. Buen provecho.